Italian brain rot is one of those things that actually makes me believe Thanos was probably right. If you don't know what Italian brain rot is, just watch this.
Scimpanzini, bananini, wah, 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 bananucci, monkey, monkey, monkeyucci. Glorbo, frutto drillo. Nel profondo della palude, tung 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 sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur.
This generation is absolutely cooked. Like, the fact that stuff like this is going viral, and I'm going to be completely honest, I first made money online growing faceless TikTok theme pages. So I'm partly to blame for what has come with Italian brain rot and all this brain rot culture that's gone around. But at least in my defense, I was posting motivational content, etc. More memes than brain rot. This is absolutely cooked. Like, this generation that's growing up younger than me, because I'm in my 20s, right? Younger generation is absolutely cooked. Like, I was doing some research this morning, and people as young as 7 or 8, kids, literally kids at 7 or 8, are using social media regularly. Now, social medias have a minimum age requirement of 13. Who the hell listens to that? It's like when you were younger and the website would say minimum age 18. Of course you're going to say you're over 18. Who says, no, I'm under 18? Like, come on now, let's be serious. So social medias need to do more to combat this, because it can't be right that 7 or 8-year-olds are getting exposed to stuff like this. Now, Italian brain rot is the angle of this video, but I think I'm making this video as a wider sort of argument that social media for youngsters should not be a thing. Like, and this is coming from someone that makes money from social media, by the way. So I'm directly, and I know a portion of people that watch my content will be younger people, but I'd rather they don't watch it, to be honest. Not that I say anything bad or do anything bad at all, but it's just social media is so damaging. Like, when I look back, I'm 23. I just turned 23 a few days ago, right? When I was younger, I would go and like play in the park. I would go play football, etc. Nowadays, kids are just scrolling on social media, watching garbage like this. And it is absolute garbage. Let's be completely honest about it. Nothing is enriching about this. And I don't mind entertainment, right? Like, it's one of those things. It's either education or entertainment. There's nothing wrong with entertaining content. But this is cooked. Like, no one on this planet can actually sit here and say, this is enriching content that deserves to be on TikTok. No one can say that, because if you are saying that, you got something genuinely wrong in the head, right? 97% of teenagers are using social media daily. So they're getting exposed to this, and their dopamine receptors are literally off the chart now. Like, they cannot trigger their dopamine without scrolling every 2 seconds on TikTok. And that is damaging. And stuff like Italian brain rot is fueling this. And I'm not here to say that Italian brain rot is a leading cause or anything like that, because brain rot obviously existed before Italian brain rot. But this whole trend towards brain rot is just, it's just damaging. It is, by all accounts, damaging. No one can sit here and say this is a positive impact on the planet. And this is why I go back to what I said at the start of the video, where I was like, maybe Thanos was right, you know? Like high key, maybe Thanos was correct. Like, half of this planet just needs to go or something like that, because this ain't right, what we're seeing with all this brain rot going around. And believe it or not, even though I first made money with TikTok theme pages, right? I actually never used TikTok. And even to this day, I don't consume TikTok at all. I don't find the app enjoyable to scroll through. It's just my thoughts. Obviously, I'm in the minority for this because loads of people use TikTok, but I've never found it a good user experience scrolling. I just feel like you're, at least with Instagram, YouTube, etc., you see longer videos. For example, I don't really watch YouTube shorts. YouTube, you see longer videos. At least on Instagram, you see your friends' content a lot, so that's not the end of the world. And pages you follow, so you see a bit of memes, like carousels, you see a bit of videos. Whereas on TikTok, it was just pure brain rot, and that never appealed to me. So look, I know I'm in the minority when it comes to this, right? But it can't be good. It cannot be healthy being constantly exposed to absolute garbage on the internet day after day after day, right? And I don't know what age you are watching this video and whether you have kids or not, but I'm going to ask you this. Let me know in the comments, right? If you have kids, answer it if you have kids. If you don't have kids, answer it when you do have kids. Would you let them have social media, and at what age would you? Because my genuine opinion, I would not, first of all, I would not let my kid have a phone until they're at minimum 14, 15. They can get a Nokia brick before then, bro. Like, they are not getting a smartphone until 15 or 14, minimum 14, right? Like, you can make do on a Nokia brick or on one of those like old school phones. Like, you just have to tap the buttons. You can't do none of this like swiping and stuff. So they can make do on that before. Social media, I'll be real, unpopular opinion again, you have to upload ID to use social media. I'll be completely honest, because it is damaging to use social media before the age of like 30. Even 13 is quite young. I think 15, 16. for some social medias, right? You don't need it. Like when you're younger, you think you get enjoyment, you got FOMO, you're not seeing social media, bro. The real enjoyment actually comes from going outside, playing around with your friends. Even like gaming to an extent is better than social media. At least then you can play on console with your friends, like you're collaborating with them, right? Social media is just straight brain rot. So Italian brain rot is like one segment of this, but the real argument of this video is that kids should not be exposed to social media because let's be honest, right? They make this content for kids. Whoever decided this brain rot trend, whoever decided brain rot in general is pitching it towards younger demographic because that's where they're getting the views. No 30-year-olds are sitting around there watching Italian brain rot. And if you are fair play, let me know in the comments. But I'll be honest, they're pitching this content towards kids. So there's a lot of people, and it's not the people's fault at the end of the day, right? Like they see a market, they're exploiting the market. There's nothing wrong with that. But to a certain extent, this market would not exist if the younger demographic was not using social media. There's a reason they make content pitched towards that demographic because they know they're going to get views. And so if that younger demographic is not on social media, they don't make this sort of brain rot content that, in my opinion, is just straight damaging. Like you can call it entertainment if you want. It's not. It's just straight damaging, straight fries the brain. Nothing positive comes out of it. So the real question in this video is, would you let your kids use social media? Do you think social media is damaging? What age would you let them use it? And of course, who would win in the fight? 100 humans versus one gorilla. Check out the video right beside me.